Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the chapter of 12th class, that is admission of a partner. This is the part of the dissolution of the partnership, that is reconstitution of the partnership. In this chapter, first we need to understand why a new partner is admitted. A new partner may be needed into the business due to the following reasons. First, when more capital is needed for the expansion of the business. When a competent and experienced person is needed for the efficient running of the business. To increase the goodwill and reputation of the business by taking a reputed and renowned person into partnership. To encourage a capable employee by taking him into the partnership business. A new partnership deed is formed at the time of the admission of the partner, retirement of the partner, death of the partner, and in case of change in profit sharing ratio. So under all these conditions, a new partnership deed is formed and the old partnership deed ceases to exist. So according to section 31(1) of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, a new partner can be admitted with the consent of all the existing partners. At the time of the admission, the new partner brings his share of goodwill and capital. Old partner sacrifices a share of their profits in the favor of the new partner, and thus he gets a share in the future profits of the firm. At the time of admission, retirement and death, or change in profit sharing ratio, following points needed to be considered, which are first, calculation of new profit sharing ratio, accounting treatment of goodwill, accounting treatment of reserves and accumulated profits, accounting treatment for the revaluation of the assets or reassessment of liabilities, adjustment of the capitals on the basis of new profit sharing ratio or some other ratio. So let us first understand the first topic, that is calculation of the ratio. In ratio calculations, we have to calculate two things, that is first new profit sharing ratio and second sacrificing ratio. Here the sacrificing ratio means old ratio minus new ratio. Let us understand all these by some examples. Let us go for case number 1. Say when A and B are partners in the ratio of 3:2. They admit C as a partner for 1/4 share. Calculate the new ratio and the sacrificing ratio. In this question, we are not given how the new ratio is to be calculated. In such a case, the question will be solved like this. Is the format that I am going to show. Try to make the same kind of format. A and B, they were the old partners. They are marked with color yellow. C, who is the new partner, is marked with red color. You can circle C. Old ratio was 3:2 among A and B, and C was admitted for 1/4 share. So let the profit be rupee 1. If we give 1/4 from 1 rupee to C, remaining profit comes to 3/4. 1 minus 1/4 equals to 3/4. So distribute this 3/4 profit among A and B in 3:2. So the new ratio will be 3/5, that is the old ratio of A. 3 plus 2, 5, 3/5 into 3/4 equals to 9/20. Same way B's old ratio was 2/5 into 3/4, that is the remaining profit. It comes to 6/20. C's share was 1/4, but the denominator here was 20, here was 20, and here was 4. So we have to equalize the denominator. For equalizing the denominator, we have to multiply 1/4 by 5/5. So it comes to 5/20. So 965 is a new ratio. Now, if we want to calculate the sacrificing ratio, the formula for it is old ratio minus new ratio. So old ratio was 3/5. So A's sacrifice will be 3/5 minus new ratio, that is 9/20. So 9/20 equals to 3.20. B's ratio will be, old ratio was 2/5 and his new ratio was 6/20. So the sacrifice comes to 2/20. And C, as a new partner, he will not sacrifice, rather he will gain. So here the sacrificing ratio of A is 3/20 and B is 2/20. Let us take another example. Say A and B were partners in the ratio of 3:2. They admitted C as a partner for 1/4 share, which he acquires from A and B in 2:1. Calculate new ratio and the sacrificing ratio. Here, this line, they admitted C as a partner for 1/4 share, which he acquires from A and B in 2:1, means C is admitted for 1/4 share, and this 1/4 share is acquired from A and B in 2:1. So this 1/4 will be multiplied by 2:1, will be the sacrifices of the partners. So again, the format is same. A, B and C. Old ratio is 3:2. C was admitted for 1/4 share. Now, first we will calculate the sacrifices made by A and B, which will be 2:1 of C share, that is 1/4. So A's sacrifice will be 1/4 into 2/3. That comes to 2/12. B's sacrifice will be 1/4 into 1/3. That comes to 1/12. So these are the sacrifices. Now we can write the sacrifices here. Now the new ratio will be calculated by old ratio minus sacrifice. It is just a reversal of the sacrificing ratio. So for A, old ratio was 3/5 minus 2/12. The sacrifice made by A will be 26/60. B's new ratio will be calculated by 2/5 was the old ratio minus 1/12. This is the new ratio. Now C's new ratio is 1/4, but the denominators are different. We will multiply this 4 into 15. It will come to 60/60. So 15/60. So new ratio will be 26, 19 and 15. We can write it here now. 26, 19 and 15. Let us take another example. That is, A and B were partners in the ratio of 3:2. They admit C as a partner for 1/4 share, which he acquires equally from A and B. Here this statement means C is admitted for 1/4 share. This 1/4 share is acquired by A and B from A and B equally. Now A and B, old ratio was 3:2. C was admitted for 1/4 share. Sacrifices made by A and B will be calculated as A sacrifice will be 1/4 into 1/2 because it was to be shared equally. B sacrifice will be 1/4 into again 1/2. So sacrifices made by A and B is 1/8, 1/8. Now new ratio will be calculated as old ratio minus sacrificing ratio. So the old ratio of A was 3/5, that is 3/5. Sacrifice is 1/8 minus 1/8 equals to 19/40. Now B's new ratio will be 2/5 minus 1/8. It comes to 11/40. C share was 1/4. Denominators को बराबर करेंगे, multiply करेंगे इसको 10/10 से, so it comes to 10/40. So the new ratio between A, B, C is 19, 11 and 10. Let us take another example. A and B were partners in the ratio of 3:2. They admit C as a partner. A gave 1/4 of his share to C and B gave 1/3 share of his share to C. In this particular point, A is giving 1/4 of his share. So A's share is 3/5. So 3/5 into 1/4 is the sacrifice done by A. Same is with the B. So old ratio between A and B is 3:2, but we are not aware about the ratio of C. C's ratio will be the sacrifices made by all the partners. So if we want to calculate C's ratio, add or sum up the sacrifices made by A and B. That we will do later on. Sacrifices made by A and B in favor of C are: A gave 3/5 1/4 ऑफ 3/5, तो 3/5 इसका ओल्ड रेशियो था और इसने 1/4 दिया, तो इनटू 1/4, it comes to 3/20 is the sacrifice of A. What B gave? B gave 1/3 of his share to C, so 1/3 into 2/5. This is the sacrifice of B. So the sacrifices are these. Now the new ratio. New ratio for A will be 3/5 minus 3/20. It comes to 9/20. B sacrifice will be 2/5 minus 2/15. It comes to 4/15. Now C's ratio will be sum of these two sacrifices. That is 3/20 plus 2/15. It comes to 17/60. Now what we see, all the denominators are different, but 60 is common for both these, because in the table of 15, 60 comes, in table of 20 also 60 comes. So equalizing the denominators of A and B, by, for A we will multiply it by 3/3, it comes to 60. This can be multiplied by 4/4, then again 60, it is already 60. The new ratio comes to 27:16:17. Now we can write it here. So taking these conditions, I am giving you some practice questions. Do practice them. They are based on the same cases. First practice the cases and then practice these questions. You can pause the screen or you can take the printout of them. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this class.